So if you love Mexican food as much as I do, then I think I might have the perfect recipe for you when you want to eat healthy. So today on my channel, we are going to be making a delicious, healthy enchilada casserole. Now, enchiladas honestly are one of my absolute favorite Mexican dishes. And this casserole is going to skip the tortillas. You're going to love it. It's going to be so good and so delicious. So let's get started cooking. So I decided to make the day a little bit easier today by buying a rotisserie chicken. Now what made this one especially good is that it's a garlic, pepper, and a garlic and pepper chicken. So we're going to go ahead and take all the meat off the bones. Look how good that looks. And I'll probably get a couple meals out of this. And so let's just get started. Oh, it smells delicious. I mean it. It smells really good. I'm going to take some of this skin off. I sometimes leave a little bit of it on, but a lot of it I'm going to be taking off today. Now, normally in the past, I save my chicken bones, I freeze them, and I put them in just a separate bag. I collect a couple chickens worth and I make up some bone broth. But I'm not going to be doing that today. I've got quite a bit of bone broth that's canned that I brought from my other house, which I want to use up before the move to Idaho in a couple of months. I want to take as little as possible. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be making a lot of extra. When I get there, I can kind of get back on track and, you know, doing everything the way I used to. But for now, we're going to just stay focused on trying to make life simple, living in an apartment, and eating up the food that we have. All right, so I started off by spraying a pan with some olive oil. And my secret recipe, instead of using the tortilla chips, is that we are going to use some shredded coleslaw. This is going to act as our tortilla chip. We're going to go ahead and put this all along the bottom of our pan. Now, if you wanted to substitute cauliflower for this or cauliflower rice, you go ahead. Now I'm going to take some black beans and just put some of these beans right over the top, just like this. So this is about, I don't know the size of this pan, but it's equivalent to an 8x8 pan. So I used about a half a cup of beans. And then I'm going to take about a cup of chopped onions. I'm going to put that right over the top. Actually, I'm going to put about half of them over the top. And then I'm going to put my chicken down. And for this, I want to put about 2 cups of shredded chicken. Or as much as you like. I mean, the chicken's going to be really good. You can see already this is super yummy, super healthy. Now I'm going to take some mild taco seasoning. If you like the taco seasoning that is stronger, you go ahead and use that. And I'm not going to use all of this. I'm only going to use about a third of a cup, and just put this right over the chicken. Third of a packet is what I meant to say. And then I'm going to take some red enchilada sauce. Now, if you like to make your own enchilada sauce, you go ahead and do that. I'm going to pour this right over the top. I want it to get down into this casserole the best that it can. So I'm making sure to put it in all the corners and all the sides. I'm actually going to put 2 containers of enchilada sauce. I want this to completely cover the chicken. I want it to drip down into the cabbage. I want it to be nice and saucy. Now I've got a nice jalapeno. I'm going to use about a half a bag. This is going to be about 4 ounces of this 4 cheeses. This is this Mexican cheese. Just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and put some jalapenos right over the top. Now, if you don't like jalapenos, you leave them off. I've also got green chilies, if you're not a jalapeno fan. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna bake this for about a half an hour at 350 degrees, and I'll bring you back as soon as it's ready. Now, I'm not quite ready to cook this, so I'm gonna cover it up with a little bit of foil. And we'll put this in the oven in just a little while. I'm gonna clean up this mess first and just stick this in the refrigerator till it's time to bake. Now I'm gonna take the rest of my shredded chicken and just put this in a container. Now you can freeze this or you can throw it in the refrigerator. I'm gonna use it for another meal in just 2 days. I think I'm gonna throw it in the freezer just because, in case, you know how that goes. In case it doesn't get made right away. And then I'll take this out. I'll have some delicious chicken when it's time to make my second meal. So this is our casserole. I'm gonna add a little bit of Mexican crema. This is so good. It is kind of like more of a watered down sour cream, and it's very good with Mexican food. If you go to the Mexican restaurants, most of the time they'll put this on the dishes. Put a little bit of this on here. I've got some cilantro that I have cleaned. I'm just gonna put that right over the top. And last but not least, we're gonna add an avocado. So we're gonna go ahead and add this to the top of our dish. I'm serving this with a little bit of sweet corn. There is our delicious enchilada casserole. Now this is a healthier version than you're normally gonna have. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this casserole right on the top. I wanna show you how it came out. Look at that. I think this deserves a taste, don't you? A little smaller bite. Mmm. That is delicious. Mmm. I like this better than the regular enchilada casserole. Give it a try. If you are watching your waistline, but you still want all the flavors of a good Mexican dinner, give this a try. It's a keeper. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like or a thumbs up, ring that bell for future notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.